So, what if I told you there's a blue chip investment out there that you're actually supposed to use? Today, we're going to dive into this really fascinating world where high finance and high performance cars just smash into each other. We're going to look at an asset that pretty much breaks all the rules of collecting.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That priceless painting, it's locked away in a climate-controlled vault. A vintage comic book, it's sealed up in a plastic slab, never to be opened. And a multi-million-dollar collector car, you see him getting trailered to shows, the odometer basically frozen in time. So you've got this classic paradox for anyone who loves these things. Do you preserve its value by locking it away, or do you actually enjoy it and just watch that value drop?
And this sets up a huge conflict, right? On one side, you have the static asset. It's an object to be owned, and its value is literally tied to it not being used. But on the other, you've got the dynamic asset, an experience to be lived, where its value is actually maintained through use. But what if a car could bridge that gap? What if it could be both?
And that is where this car comes in. This is the proposed solution, the 2026 Porsche 911 GT3 SC. Now, the SC stands for Sport Cabriolet, and let me tell you, this is so much more than just another fast car. Our source material argues that it's been engineered from the ground up specifically to solve this collector's paradox. Let's see how they pulled it off. The whole investment idea, the entire bet, hinges on this concept, what our source calls a practical use asset. The idea here is that this car's value isn't fragile, it's built to be driven, and its real worth is tied to its mechanical purity and the incredible experience it delivers, not just a low number on the odometer.
So, how does a car even get this special practical use status? Well, the first pillar of its value is its unique and, frankly, absolutely crucial place in Porsche's long history. This isn't just some new model off the line. It is the answer to a question that collectors have been asking for decades.
Just look at this timeline. You can literally see this huge, glaring gap in Porsche's history. For generations, if you wanted their top-tier motorsport-derived GT3 engine, you had to get a coupe. Period. There was no regular production open-top GT3. Yeah, the Speedster was a rare, limited exception, but that was it. The SC finally delivers what collectors are calling the final piece of the puzzle. It's satisfying a demand that's been building for over 20 years. And the name is just brilliant. SC originally stood for Super Carrera on the 911 that literally saved the entire company back in the late 70s. By bringing it back and reinterpreting it as Sport Cabriolet, Porsche is linking this new car to a legendary part of its past. It's a signal that this car has the same kind of historical significance. It's a nod that series collectors will 100% pick up on. But its value goes way beyond just filling a historical gap. It's also deeply rooted in its engineering. You have to remember, we're living in an era of silent electric cars and muffled turbocharged engines. The G3 S/C is engineered to be the last of a dying breed, a pure, raw, analog icon. And at the very heart of it all is this one number, 9,000 RPM. This isn't just a spec on a sheet. It's a sound. It's a feeling. It signifies a high-revving, naturally aspirated engine. No turbos. No hybrid assistance. In the world we live in today, that kind of mechanical purity is an asset class all by itself. It is an experience that simply cannot be replicated by anything else. You know, the famed journalist Chris Harris put it perfectly. The real luxury here isn't about speed measured in seconds. It's about the quality of the experience. It's about hearing that glorious engine, feeling the vibrations through the chassis, and being completely connected to the machine, especially with the top down. That sensory overload, that's what investors are betting is going to become priceless. It all boils down to this holy trinity of sensation. You have the soul of the car in that incredible engine. You have a mandatory 6-speed manual gearbox for ultimate driver engagement. And you have a lightweight chassis that it's borrowing from the ultra-rare 911 S/T. Altogether, these pieces create this unfiltered, tactile driving experience that is, let's be honest, rapidly going extinct. Okay, so we've covered the history, we've covered the engineering. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the investor's playbook. Let's get into the hard numbers and the strategy. How do you actually approach this car to maximize its potential as a real financial asset? Now here is where the strategy gets really clever and kind of counterintuitive. Porsche didn't make this a numbered limited edition car. And you might think that makes it less exclusive, but it's the opposite. Instead of leaving ownership to the luck of a lottery, they get to control the supply over time, rewarding only their most loyal long-term customers. This loyalty test actually makes it harder to get than many limited editions, and that creates an even more exclusive club of owners. So, if you're one of the lucky few to actually hit the jackpot and get an allocation, the source is crystal clear. You have to spec it correctly. The Heritage package, with all its classic interior touches, that's considered essential. A custom paint to sample color, that makes your car a one-of-a-kind, which is huge for value. And the lightweight magnesium wheels? Yeah, those are a non-negotiable option. These choices aren't just for looks. They are strategic decisions designed to guarantee the highest possible future value.
And this comparison table really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows you exactly where this car fits in an investor's portfolio. A big V12 Ferrari is an offensive asset. Its value is super fragile, and it plummets with pretty much every mile you drive. The SC, on the other hand, is a defensive core asset. Its value is way less sensitive to mileage, which means you can actually drive and enjoy it. Plus, it's highly liquid. There's a global market of buyers ready to go at any time.
Let's just put a number on this. To be blunt, just being given the opportunity to buy this car at its retail price instantly creates a massive profit on paper. The source estimates that in Japan alone, securing an allocation is like an immediate gain of over 20 million yen. That's about 130,000 US dollars, just for being chosen to buy the car. Incredible.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. We've got the historical significance, we've got the absolute pinnacle of analog engineering, and we've got a rock-solid investment strategy. So what's the final judgment on the 911 GT3 S/C?
This one sentence from the source just perfectly captures the entire argument. Past halo cars, like the Speedster, were so rare that they were pretty much fated to become museum pieces. But the SC, by its very design, breaks that curse. It is built to be a living, breathing part of automotive history, not some static display behind a velvet rope.
And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. The GT3 SC solves the collector's paradox because the experience of driving it, hearing that engine scream, shifting through those gears, is precisely what makes it so valuable. Using it doesn't diminish its worth, it fulfills its entire purpose and just reinforces its legend.
At the end of the day, it really comes down to this. Buying a GT3 SC isn't just buying a car. It is a strategic decision to acquire a piece of history before the rest of the market fully prices it in. You are literally securing a future icon at its entry point.
And I'll just leave you with this final thought. As we move deeper and deeper into a silent, digital, electric automotive future, what will be the value of a purely analog, mechanical, and auditory experience? This car isn't just an investment in metal and leather, it's an investment in the sound of history itself. And that's something really worth thinking about.